Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live tournament action coming at you right now. It is going to be on GSL's Belcher Beach Winter Tile Set. Maximus taking on Maximius. Actually, I probably should pronounce his name correctly. I might call him Maximus regardless, but he is going to be taking on CocoaKrispie, who we did see annihilate a Protoss player in that last game. In the last round. It was good stuff, man. Good stuff from CocoaKrispie. Definitely not bad play here. CocoaKrispie is going to be yellow. He is Zerg down here in the bottom right-hand corner. In the top left, it is Maximus. He is the orange Terran. Woohoo! Press 1 if you're excited to see a Terran finally playing in the tournament tonight. We do indeed have one. It is Maximius, also known as Maximus Tanak. But yeah, so he's going to be up here. Let's see if he's going to go for a standard wall off. CocoaKrispie going to be sending out his Overlord here. Currently, this guy going extremely quickly for an Overlord. Look at this guy go. My goodness. Super fast. He will make it there probably by New Year. So, actually, maybe even by Christmas. Who knows? Who knows? Looks like a standard type of wall off going to be going down. Notice the very fast gas, though, from Maximus. Interesting. Good, good, good. I guess that's tight. Actually, I can't really tell if that's tight over there. I assume it is. Looks like we're going to see the barracks go down, though, in fairly decent time. Here comes a drone scout to try and cruise in here. CocoaKrispie wanting to get that intel down ASAP. Is going to make his way in here. The gas is already mining. He's going to scout that there in very good time. Expansion gone down for CocoaKrispie. Did expand first there, so hatch first. We should see our spawning pool next. Indeed, there it is. Good, good, good. Second barracks going down here for Maximus. And pretty decent time. Now he's got this bunch of extra gas. We don't see a tech lab quite yet. I was expecting to see a tech lab there. But he's tossing down his second racks here, so I don't know. I'm a little interested as to why he took this early refinery. This does not look like an early refinery type build here. Unless he's putting down a tech lab like immediately. No, he's not. He's queuing up another Marine. He's going to be sending this Marine. Where's this guy going? Here goes a factory. He's going to be hiding it, I guess, back here. Kind of interesting. CocoaKrispie cruising around here with his Overlord. He's going to try and gather a little bit. Try to gather a little bit of intel in just a little while. Nothing out of the spawning pool quite yet. We should see speed go down here momentarily as soon as he has enough gas to do so. It is 100 gas to make that happen. Down it goes. And going to stop gas production there, it appears. Not bad, and this expand is up and running here for CocoaKrispie in phenomenal time. Good, good, good. The factory now complete. We do have a reactor and a tech lab out. Nothing from the tech lab quite yet. Here comes your, oh my, long flight pattern from factory. Factory going to be cruising over there, but we've got Zerglings in the base. They do see what's going on here, as well as going to potentially pick up a couple kills here. Actually, not bad control there from CocoaKrispie. Control R does reveal that he did indeed pick up one kill. One worker kill is not a bad deal. Ooh, look at this. He may get a snipe on a supply depot. We'll check it out, see if he does. And he may. I think he is going to let that sucker go down. Down it goes. Looks like these Zerglings definitely paying for themselves there. And now Maximus probably kicking himself right now, saying, man, I got to be a little bit more careful. Got to be a little bit more careful. When you see a bunker going down here for Maximus, that's going to be a pretty nice little defense at this wall, which is not much of a wall. It's kind of a wide open space. All in all, it should be good, though. Starport is going down here for Maximus. Boy, he's really putting those buildings far away. I cannot believe the long flight pattern he chose for that factory to make it over here to this reactor. Notice that he keeps all of his units in the back there. He's trying to hide their numbers, I guess. Which, I mean, is okay. But if you're going to let Zerglings in your base, then they're going to scout it regardless. So you got to have a nice wall off if you're going to hide the numbers of your units. Is kind of my thought on it. Maybe I'm wrong, who knows, but here comes the starport. He wants to fly a good long way as well. Too bad you know what, it should cost, I think it should cost Terran resources to fly their buildings. Honestly, I do. I think it should cost them resources. In fact, I think it should cost them gas. Like 1 gas for every second of flight time at least, if not more, maybe 5 would even be fair. But something like that. Make them spend gas to be flying their buildings around. I think that'd be cool. And that way they couldn't fly their buildings until they had gas production. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think of that. Kind of a metagaming type thing there. Game design. Here come your Hellions. Hellion's not going to make it in there. One Hellion does go down there fairly quickly. Plenty of static D here. Don't want to cruise into those spine crawlers, man. These Hellions are not going to last long that way. Looks like he is going to back out here. Maximus is way behind currently. He is going to be working on Cloak, though. It is, however, scouted fairly quickly by CocoaKrispie, who currently is got a roaring economy. Units tab going to show 36 drones to 17 SCVs. Maximus starting to fall behind there big time, and that is not a good place to be. And CocoaKrispie knows what to do when he finds his opponent severely behind. We've already seen that. And so here in game number 1, CocoaKrispie taking a strong lead, could potentially take this sucker down fairly quickly. It looks like his push is coming right now. We're going to have Lings into this base. This bunker not being utilized here at all. There are some Hellions here, but Hellion's not going to last to this number of Lings. Look at all these Lings, man. They're going to be taking out a heck of a lot of units. Marine's going to be going down there fairly quickly, getting chased down, and now we're going to be working on the rest of those SCVs, and there is your game, ladies and gentlemen. Maximus is going to have to bail out of that one there fairly quick. Game number 2 will be headed your way here momentarily, so don't alt-tab, always ALT-Stracraft. We'll see you guys then. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live tournament action coming at you right now. It's going to be on MLG's Metalopolis. Game 2 of this best-of-3 semifinal match. It is CocoaKrispie versus Maximus. Maximus down 1 game. He did play Terran in game number 1. Is going to switch to Protoss here, feeling like he might fare a little bit better against CocoaKrispie with a different race. We'll see if that's going to be the case. He did choose Metalopolis as his map. Maximus going to be spawning at the 6 o'clock position. He is the blue Protoss. CocoaKrispie, our red Zerg, spawning up here at the 8 o'clock. They are close positions by air. CocoaKrispie will be scouting his opponent here momentarily, sending that Overlord Scout. As slow as these guys are, I'll tell you what, man, in close air positions on Metalopolis, they are super useful to be sending out for scouts. They get in there nice and quick, let you know what's going on there pretty quickly. Maximus going to be working on what appears to be a wall off here. With his pylon going down, he's going to send out his probe scout. We are on MLG, and he's currently going to be scouting the a place where his opponent cannot spawn. That's okay. Not everybody is aware of those rules. But you know what though? Even the Blizzard map, you can't spawn in the close rush position now. As soon as they put Metalopolis back in, they did take out that close rush position spawn. Yikes, that's kind of a tongue twister for me. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Just one of those things. Looks like gas about to go down here for CocoaKrispie. What is this guy doing? There he goes. There goes your gas. CocoaKrispie putting that down in fairly decent time. No expansion quite yet. He is going to have to pick pool or expansion here very shortly. It appears it's going to be pool. Yep, there goes the pool. Just because he got that gas. Usually if you grab the gas first, that means that you're going to go for pool, which means you're going for fairly fast Ling speed. Pretty good stuff. CocoaKrispie cruising around here, just checking out what's going on in his opponent's base. This wall off here for Maximus going fairly well. Going to be working on his economy there. He did skip a beat there for just a moment. Probe's out of production. Not tons of fun, but that's alright. He picked it back up. Should be in fairly decent shape. Notice the 1 gas here for Maximus. Not too bad. We do see the spawning pool. Going to be completing here momentarily for CocoaKrispie. No expand quite yet from him. Units tab going to show 15 drones, 16 probes. So fairly even there. Maximus staying on top of it with those chronos there is always going to be helpful. Continuing to chrono boost out his economy here off 1 base. Cybercore gone down for him in fairly decent time. He should be okay moving forward. He's got to take this game down here, man. He cannot lose. That would be 2 games in a row for CocoaKrispie, which means finals for CocoaKrispie. So Maximus got to take this one down to even the score. 2 games in a row to win and move on to the finals. And we've got our other semifinal match. Looks like the guys are ready and waiting, so we do apologize to them for having to wait. Everybody wants to see those games. Everybody wants to see. Looks like the expand here for CocoaKrispie going down in fairly decent time. He's going to send out a couple of lings out across this map. Should be able to walk right in here. These guys are not on hold position. Not on hold position, but two of them will be able to clean this many lings up fairly quickly. Good move. CocoaKrispie going to be backing out. Cameron, I haven't seen play. I don't think I've seen him play. So I don't know. Don't know. Why don't you go message him and tell him that he can come out and watch the stream, though? If you would, that would be great. CocoaKrispie about to have his expand complete. He's keeping fairly decent map control. 3 gates right now for Maximus. May go for a 3-gate push with an expand behind. That's always a good play versus Protoss. Versus Zerg as Protoss. Always good. He does have that double gas, so he should be able to get quite a few sentries out. Sentry's really good against Zerg, man. I'll tell you what. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Misclick. Misclick on the mineral line. Sorry, Cameron. I guess I didn't see ya. Double spine crawlers going down here for CocoaKrispie. Looks like his static defense going to be fairly strong. He's going to be cruising in here with an Overlord. Wants to get some intel. Forge going down as well as a robotics facility. No expand quite yet, but look at that. Second time Maximus has done that. He's mid-moving these probes on accident. Gotta be super careful, man. Got to be super careful. He does have his warp gate tech complete. Gotta go ahead and turn these guys into warp gates. That'll help him produce more units at a reasonable speed. In the meantime, looks like CocoaKrispie still behind in the probe count, which is a little strange. We've seen him in the past be very, very strong with his economic play there. He really has beefed it up very well. Let's see what he's got in production. No drones. He's working on a bunch of roaches here. Going to grab a sport crawler of all things. That's kind of interesting, especially when he scouted. He didn't see anything go down that he needed a spore crawler for. I don't know. But he is going to be massing up a couple roaches here. Got to consider beefing up his economy. There we go. He's got 3 drones in production. Now just 2. One of them did pop. Still mining his gas there, but let's just check that units tab, see where he's at. He's starting to catch up a little bit. He should be okay. But Maximus did take a fairly early lead there, and that is definitely going to be working in his favor. He's going to be working on weapons level 1. A good upgrade here for your Protoss players versus Zerg. Another scouting... Wow, another scouting Overlord. This is sacking a lot of Overlords. Never let yourself get supply blocked with that, though. If you're going to sack an Overlord, you want to keep your... You want to already have an extra one in place. Because getting supply blocked there is kind of nonsensical if you're doing it on purpose. You know what I mean? So just one of those things. So a small tip there for CocoaKrispie. It will help him out, I think, in the future. Got +1 armor queued up behind this. Is continuing to chrono boost out these upgrades. Maximus may be pushing out here momentarily. CocoaKrispie supply blocked here again. Gotta be a little bit more careful. He's got 3 Overlords in production, now 4. Evo Chamber working on Carapace level 1. Unfortunately, he cannot chrono boost these guys out. So he's going to need to toss down a second Evo Chamber if he wants those faster. We've got Roach Speed on the way. Looks like a small push here from CocoaKrispie going to be cruising out here. He's not going to do much with these lings. This is a good-looking army here for Maximus. Looks like Maximus going for a big push off one base. 10.5 minutes in. Has not taken an expand. Now he's starting to push out. Nice thing for CocoaKrispie is he does see this coming. So he should be able to prepare himself Notice he's got a whole bunch of roaches in production right now. Getting Burrow here, his roach speed about to be complete, as well as his Carapace. Carapace is going to be super effective here. Well, maybe not super effective, but it is definitely going to help. But he's got to get the rest of his units because it appears that Maximus is going to be cruising out here. He's got a good solid force, and Maximus, I'd say, has got a good chance of taking this down here. It's going to come down to whether or not CocoaKrispie can get a flank with Lings, I think is probably going to be his best bet. He's going to need to send some Lings out and get a flank. Oh, he's doing a run-by. Indeed, indeed. Going to be taking out some photon cannons here at this front base. In the meantime, looks like Maximus is going to push this attack. Good couple roaches down here, but is it going to be enough? He's got to try and engage with these spine crawlers there. That's a smart play. Not a bad job here. These roaches getting right up in these units' face. He's got a couple reinforcements going in there. Back here at the main, though, these Lings doing a heck of a lot of damage. Actually, not bad for CocoaKrispie. Maximus still with a couple of these Immortals alive. These Immortals going to rip through these spine crawlers here in just a moment. Look how quickly they take them down, man. Oh, brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal. And Maximus now taking that down, and CocoaKrispie giving the GG. Looks like Maximus able to take it down with a one base all-in. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. Don't alt-tab. Always alt-StarCraft. We'll see you guys in our next game. It's Game 3. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Game 3 of this best of 3 here between CocoaKrispie and Maximus. This has been a pretty nice little engagement between these two, back and forth. CocoaKrispie really nailing his opponent down in game number 1, but I think it was due to some mechanics issues from Maximus in game number 1. He came back in a big way in game number 2. He did make a race change. He switched to Protoss. Is now going to be back to Terran, though, in game number 3, so we'll see how that's going to go for him. He's going to need his mechanics back where they need to be, though. He's going to be ready. He's going to be Terran over here at the 2 o'clock position. Over here at the 8 o'clock, it is CocoaKrispie. He is the yellow Zerg. But yeah, so you guys were asking whether or not you can do race changes in our tournaments. At this point, yes, you can do race changes. I'm thinking because it confuses people so much that I'm going to go ahead and change it to where you cannot. No race change. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Go ahead and put your opinions in. In fact, let's do press 1 if you think we should allow race changes in the tournament, and press 2 if you think that we should force people to stay with their one race. The race that they sign up with. I want to see what you guys think. Let's get a good vote going there. Somebody tally it up for me at the end. Cool, so Maximus working on his nice little wall off here. He's got his barracks going down in fairly decent time. And CocoaKrispie going to be working on... I don't know yet. Don't know. He's got a pick. Looks like a fast expand to me. Looks like he's headed down that way. He's got 300 minerals here in just a moment. Cameron. Thanks for sending it to me in StarCraft. Oh my, what the cancel is going on here, CocoaKrispie? There we go, hatchery going down. Oh, well, that's an interesting point. Mega Good Kid, also known as Mega Bad Kid, says that, well, what if it just depends on whether or not your opponent will allow it? So, like, if it's a map that's not in the map pool, and your opponent's like, yeah, whatever, this is fine for me, let's go, let's play, then yeah, a map that's not in the map pool is okay in that scenario. So I guess what he's saying is, well, if he changes and the opponent's like, well, do whatever you want, play whatever race you want, I don't care, then yeah, I guess that would work. I don't know, we could leave it that way. But then it comes down to rules, because I do have a lot of people asking, hey, is it okay if they change race? And I'm like, yeah, so far so good, they can make race changes. People are like, well, that didn't make any sense. So, and if it is a rule, then they would probably expect me to enforce it. So, I don't know. We'll see. That's good intel, though. 3-2. Looks like a couple Marines going to be out on the field here. He does have no second gas quite yet. So, Maximus, apparently known for going for his Banshees, is not going to be doing it this time. He's tossing down his 3rd Rax. A Tech Lab going down on this 2nd barracks. And should be gearing up for what appears to be a Marine push. Marine Marauder push, potentially, as well. We'll see, but it looks like CocoaKrispie does have his expand up and running finally. Units tab going to show 17 drones to 15 SCVs. Maximus just on the one base. However, he is going to have a slight economic lead with his mule advantage. Good stuff. Ooh, an SCV kill. Good stuff from CocoaKrispie. Maintaining that map control, super important. Is going to have 4 links cruising around the map. Let's see what he's going to be teching to. Nothing quite yet. Oh, he's back to mining gas. Interesting. So we should see some tech out of him fairly shortly. Wonder what it's going to be. Probably roaches, I'm guessing at this point. We're going to see a spine crawler go down here for CocoaKrispie. A little bit of static D. Not a bad idea. These links can cruise up here. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Back they go. Oh, fun, fun, fun. All right, CocoaKrispie poking up and down here. Looks like these Marines are starting to get tired of it, and they're going to start chasing these Zerglings down. Indeed. Oh, CocoaKrispie losing control of those guys is going to lose all 3. Too bad. 75 minerals lost there. Not a big deal, though. CocoaKrispie going to be tossing down a second spine crawler here. He does have his queen. Going to be spreading some creep. Inject larva cycles, and good time there. Look at that. Right on top of it. That's what we want to see, man. Looks like a Marine push is headed our way. No SCVs in this push, however, so it's going to come down to great control or a mistake from CocoaKrispie. A scan is going down. We do have a couple lings here as well as the double spine crawlers. CocoaKrispie should be able to defend this just fine. More creep spread here for CocoaKrispie. He's going to be getting that creep spread out across the map here momentarily. Maximus going to be backing out with his force. Let's check that units tab one more time. 20 SCVs. 28 drones. Looks like about time for Maximus to start transitioning into 2-base play. He's going to be grabbing a factory here instead. So, wow, he's got 4 racks, just the 1 tech lab. Going to be grabbing double reactors, however. Triple reactors. And he is currently supply blocked. Got to stay a little bit on top of that, but all in all, not too bad of a play here. But CocoaKrispie going to be cruising out across the map. He's got Lings headed that way. Speed about to complete. It appears to be tight, though, so he's not going to be able to make it into this base, especially with this many Marines behind that wall. So CocoaKrispie not going to make this happen. Oh, he does get in. It is not tight. It is going to go ahead and attack all of these guys. Wow, hardly any of those guys died, though. Look at that, man. But try and remember, guys, to use good, clean chat in my chat stream, or my stream's chat log. We want to say nice things. Don't be abrasive towards other people, please. Otherwise, I time you out. And then if it comes back, if you come back and you're still doing it, I'll just ban you from my chat. But CocoaKrispie here, going to be tossing down a Baneling nest. Looks like he may want to go for some Banelings versus that many Marines. I think probably a smart move, man. Those Marines held that off in fairly decent style. You do see a bunker going down here for Maximus. This is a pretty solid defense. We do have this factory about to be complete, a reactor on the factory, and a starport with a tech lab. So, kind of interesting. Looks like CocoaKrispie getting geared up for a Baneling bust here momentarily. He's going to back out there for just a moment. Nope, no Banelings. I thought he was going to kick it back over here, make some Banelings, and go for a little bit of a bust. Apparently not. Apparently not. But the Baneling nest is complete. Looks like these guys just kicking it over here for a little while. Huh, kind of interesting here. Maximus catching up in a pretty big way, but this does appear to be kind of a one-base all-in here. I don't know what he's saying to me. Sorry, Snow, I don't understand. That's okay, it's not a big deal. I just don't want people cursing out there. Just be nice. We should be fine, though. Looks like CocoaKrispie gearing up for his defense. It looked like he was going to get aggressive there for a moment, but he chose to back out. We do have a Spore Crawler here, so he is set up to defend against Cloak Banshees. And a Spire going down. He's got another Spore Crawler here. Could probably toss down a couple extra if he does go ahead and scout that, but he's set up just in case. He knows that he's playing relatively blind. He hasn't really scouted his opponent's base very well. So he's getting himself set up. I think smart play all in all from CocoaKrispie. Here it's almost 12 minutes in. It's about time for a third base from CocoaKrispie, especially since there hasn't been any major engagements. So third should be going down for him fairly soon. In the meantime, we do see some Hellions going to be cruising out across the map. We've got Reapers kicking it over here in this position. Wonder what they're going to be doing. Hellions headed this way, though. The Queen's going to be backing out here. Good creep spread here from CocoaKrispie, setting up a lot of creep tumors. Zerglings rather, coming out, cleaning those guys out. Looks like they should be just fine. Here comes your Reapers, though. Reaper's going to try and increase in here, do some damage. Where's your Queen at this main? Oh my goodness, there's no Queen at the main. Not a good deal. Looks like these guys are going to pick up quite a few kills. Three kills on that guy, one on that guy. And it is only going to get worse. Here come the Zerglings. They will be able to clean this up pretty good. Dead, dead, dead. But still very cost effective there. He stopped a lot of mining time. But man, CocoaKrispie making a mistake here. He does not have a Queen at his lair. You need to have a Queen here. The Queen would have really helped to defend that. So just one of those things. Want to remember that. Always keep a Queen at your bases. He's going to be tossing down a macro hatch. Cloak Banshee cruising in here is going to snipe a Queen here apparently. Here comes your Queens to try and stave this guy off. Oh, look at that clutch transfuse from CocoaKrispie. Press 1 if you love that good control from CocoaKrispie. Nicely done, CocoaKrispie. Oh, really good stuff there. And he did snipe that as well, so taking down that Banshee. Banshee is dead. Does have his macro hatch up, and I think it'd be a good idea for him to go ahead and take a third base, especially since Maximus just on one base right now. He's going to be taking double command centers, though, in his main. See how that's going to fare for him. He's got full energy essentially on this orbital, so not been utilizing that. But his main is starting to get a little bit low. It's not quite under a third of the way done yet, but it is getting there. It is definitely getting there. And CocoaKrispie, though, with a pretty strong supply lead, 117 to 77. That is plus 40 supply there. He's got a whole bunch of mutas out on the field right now. Flyer attack level 1 going to be completing here in just a little while. Seems to be in fairly decent time. He's going to start his muta harass immediately, though. Cloaked Banshees not being produced any longer. We do see Ravens being produced as well. That's kind of interesting. And the Mass Marines down here, they do not have stim, but it is just now starting. We do see some Siege Tech going to be on the way. And Ravens and all going to be here. Looks like here come your mutas. Good reaction time there from Maximus. Going to start chasing these guys off. One tank does go down there fairly quickly. Maximus going to be using auto turrets here with those Ravens. Doesn't have the Hunter Seeker missile on the way quite yet. That might be a pretty decent thing to try. You can toss out a Hunter Seeker missile on those mutas. Can be fairly effective. 142 supply though for CocoaKrispie, and it's continuing to grow. Maximus kind of struggling here on this one base to make this happen. This would be a great time for CocoaKrispie to try and deny a base. Well, these mutas somehow got left behind, and one of them does die, and the third one, oh wow, that guy almost died as well. Actually, both of them almost died, but got to be careful. Keep all your units together. Keep those guys under control. He's going to be securing 2 more bases, one out here in the center of the map. Notice that it is not a gold expand on this particular version of the map. GSL does not do gold expands anymore. They say they are OP for Terran. That's what they say. Don't ask me, ladies and gentlemen, but that is what they say. I wouldn't necessarily disagree. I'll be honest. I don't necessarily disagree with that. Now, we do have these Lings out here. They are going to be scouting this. Potentially, the Overlord should see this going down, but the expand here for Maximus is absolutely needed at this point. And Zergling's going to get in here and pick up a couple kills. Looks like a couple of these SCVs are going to go down. CocoaKrispie gearing up for a big push here, potentially. He's got a lot of Lings, a whole bunch of Banelings that are joining the fray as well. Look at all those Lings, my goodness. +1/+1 on these critters as well is going to be super effective. And here comes all of your Marines. This guy's going to be in pretty decent position to defend, I think, at this point. I don't know. CocoaKrispie, it just depends on these Banelings. If the Banelings get off in good time, this is going to be difficult. Tank is not sieged up right now. That's not helpful. Not helpful. Banelings trying to get in there. There goes some Banelings. Banelings getting in there. Going to be obliterating this, and a lot of mutas are still going to be on the field. CocoaKrispie gearing up to be in great shape. We do have one Viking out on the field. Ravens going down there fairly quickly. Viking not going to last against these mutas, and down goes the expand. Maximus back on one base, and the attack is about to continue. And looks like this could be game for Maximus. I do believe that CocoaKrispie going to be able to take this down. And there's your GG for Maximus. Wonderful play for both of these players. CocoaKrispie getting the better of him, though, in the end. Not a bad little deal. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be going into our other semifinal match here momentarily. We'll catch you guys then.